Look, you've been able to find some good deals and maybe even some great deals, but now it's time to take it to the next level. In this video, I'm going to show you how to scale your deal finding business so that you can use it to find even more great deals. And we start right now. Hey there, friends. My name is Anson Young, and I am a real estate investor and agent. We do wholesales, we do flips, we do wholetails, we run an agent business, all right here in beautiful Denver, Colorado. And I'm also the author of this book, Finding and Funding Great Deals, out through our friends right here on BiggerPockets. If you stick around to the end of the episode, I'll give you a discount code at the BiggerPockets store for that book. So stick around for that. Just abuse that book. Sorry if throwing the book offends you, I apologize. Speaking of BiggerPockets, you are watching me on their YouTube channel right now. So please do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button, like it, leave a comment, let me know how you feel, what you think, what's going on, how you're doing. Let me know all of those things. I do try and read every single comment. And don't forget, at the end of each one of these videos, I leave action tips so that you can take this information and go run with it. Go do it. Go take action. Because if you're not taking action, what are you doing? What are you doing? I want to see you succeed. So please take action and create your own financial independent destiny that you were born to create and do. Guys, we're getting very touchy-feely in this video. They don't mind. So you've gotten good at finding a few deals. That's great. But now what? How do you take those skills and then build a business that finds deals consistently? It's all about the hashtag deal flow. So finding consistent deals is a big part of building and scaling a business. And that's what we're talking about today. Scaling your business so that you can find consistent deals, that you can make more money, you can impact more lives, and create the financial future freedom that you've always envisioned. So let's get to it. Here in part one, we're going to talk about how you need to know your numbers. You can't scale until you know what's going on and how you can use those numbers to effectively grow. That means keeping track of KPIs. That's key performance indicators. I think I'm going to put them right there. Key performance indicators. Now, these are the metrics that are going to help you fine-tune your deal finding process from A to Z, from marketing all the way to the closing table. It'll also help you troubleshoot where there might be some problem areas or problem people or problem technology as you roll forward. And KPIs also help you so that you can scale and grow your business into whatever you want it to be. When you know how much it costs to get a deal in the door, how much it costs to make your phone ring, how many appointments you need to go on in order to get a deal, it makes you much more informed when you go to throw more money at marketing at the top of the funnel and what that's going to do to the rest of the entire process. But a good business person knows their numbers and they know them really well. So be that person. Now, here are some KPI examples and how they fit into a fix and flip business model. Here we go. Here's the flip model from marketing to closing with KPIs attached along the way. The marketing budget is $5,000 per month, which buys 10,000 postcards. And the direct mail response rate is 0.5%. Sorry, that's just how reality is. So you can expect 50 calls. Out of those 50 calls, you should get 5 appointments, which you actually close 2 of. As you can see, once I know and can track these numbers over time, I can see that when I increase my marketing budget by 50% to $7,500 a month, I should see an increase in calls, in appointments, and in deals. This can also help you set goals inside your business. Once you know some KPIs, your goal of doing 4 deals per month is a simple case of reverse engineering the process. 4 deals means you need 10 appointments, which means 100 calls, which means at 0.5% response rate, that's 20,000 postcards and a marketing budget of $10,000 per month. And you can work in some income goals as well. So if you want to make $100,000 a month and each deal brings in $25,000, you know that those 4 deals are going to get you to your 100,000. Your cost per deal is $2,500. So that's literally a 10x return on your investment in that scenario. But you wouldn't know that unless you ran the numbers and you tracked them and you kept them top of mind. In fact, my goal for my office, which I'm in right now, is to have a big TV screen on this wall that just shows my live KPIs. So every time I'm working and I can turn around and I can see, okay, here's my cost per deal. Here's how much it costs to make the phone ring. Here's all of this stuff. And so having that top of mind and right in front of you is pretty powerful. And how this helps with troubleshooting is that once you know your numbers, let's say you're bringing in 20 calls a week from your marketing, and you are at the maximum amount of time that you can allow for those calls. You're spending time on the phone, you're talking to sellers, you're vetting deals, you are in front of that entire process. Well, if you just go ahead and double your marketing budget, you're going to see that through your KPIs, you should see from 20 calls up to 40 calls, and you were having trouble at 20 calls. This could also work for employees. If you have a leads manager who's taking in those 20 calls and she is at capacity, and you double the marketing budget, you're dumping twice the amount of work on one person, it might break your business system. So before you go ahead and break it, you might as well know what that top-down funnel is going to look like. When you double your marketing budget and you get all the way to the appointments and your appointment guy is tapped out, you're going to have leads that fall through the cracks because of that. And that's bad. You paid money to get those leads in the door. You gotta do something with them. So yes, you can use this to judge when it's time to expand your team, maybe hire some more callers or hire some more people answering the phone, hire a new acquisitions guy, whatever that looks like for you. And that leads us to part 2, which is systems. When you start to scale, you're going to definitely run into some growing pains as you grow. It's totally normal. It happens all the time, but getting in front of it can be very helpful. And the way to do that is to throw people or technology at these problems. So if you have a problem with organization and you keep all of these sellers on sticky notes on your desk, how are you going to ever hand off that system to somebody that you hire as you grow? Are you going to expect them to use a disorganized sticky note system? I hope not. And the way that you run your deal finding business is very different from if you're buying 2 rentals a year to 10 properties a month. Those are just very different systems, very different level of scaling. It's pretty much guaranteed that you're going to run into the maximum bandwidth of your time, your energy, your willingness to just keep getting up and doing 80-hour weeks. It's just going to run out no matter how much you love that hashtag grind life, hashtag hustle, hashtag work until you die at your desk at 30 years old. Actually, that's not very catchy. Maybe it is. I don't know. So you're going to need help, and that's where systems come in, whether it's technology systems or putting the right people in the right place. And that also means the right training for those people, the right procedure manuals, just the right systems so that your employees can be maximized and they're not, mishandled, and it's just creating more headache for you. So if your goal is to grow, the sooner that you can integrate systems, the better. It's going to make your business more organized, streamlined, and ready to snap in people or new systems in order to keep that going so that you're not having to hold off, reevaluate everything, reorganize a bunch of stuff, and then try to keep going as the phone keeps ringing, as you have sellers who are waiting for contracts, as you have contractors calling you for checks, blah, blah, blah. So the first one of these is a CRM. Now, CRMs these days, a customer relationship management system, they do much more than just keep a database of your vendors, your leads, your contacts, your marketing lists. They can now do a lot of automatic follow-up, remember people's birthdays, send out automatic texts. Some can do automatic voicemail, automatic email, all kinds of things in the automation side, so that it looks like you cloned yourself 10 times. 10 times. I wish I had 10 of me. That would be insane. So from automatic follow-up to making sure that you are on task and that your leads are being taken care of and prioritized, all the way to sending out contracts with e-signature software so that you can, in a couple clicks, send out an offer from inside your CRM. I mean, that's much better than the CRM I had when I started off. It was like a spreadsheet. And many real estate investor-based CRMs will also track your marketing campaigns and some of your KPIs. I mean, talk about an all-in-one system. I mean, CRMs right now are pretty much the backbone of most real estate investor businesses. Every real estate investor I talk to has a CRM that they rely on for so much that it pays to get to know it, it pays to use it. The earlier you can get on board, the easier you can scale, the more checks you can make. You got it. And as you grow, you can add in team members into the CRM, assign leads to them, assign tasks to them, and it just is an all-in-one kind of integrated system. It's kind of built for growing, which is awesome. The second system is a project management system, and this is a task-oriented system where you can assign tasks and different types of processes to individual team members. And when you're starting out, you're probably just going to assign them all to yourself. But it's a good way to look at your business and all the different tasks that it takes to get from marketing to closing and seeing each step inside of there. And then that gives you a good idea of where you can also replace yourself. Maybe tweaking the spreadsheets isn't the best use of your time. That might be a $10 or $15 an hour activity. And you're worth more than that, right? Well, we'll get you there. Some of this does cross over into the CRM world, but the most powerful project management systems that I've found are totally separate software from CRM. So I have a CRM system that does some project management, task management, but then I have a project management software so that I can put in video projects, I can put in fix and flip projects, I can put in whatever kind of project I want. Once you set it up, it can auto-generate tasks based on what you need it to do. It can assign those tasks, all kinds of cool stuff. So knowing who is in charge of each task, and if you can assign timelines and budgeting, and you can do all kinds of cool stuff where you can kind of track their progress inside of a project and know where the milestones are. This is huge when you start hiring in people and then better keep track of what they do. You can put your general contractors in there so that they know what milestones they should be on. The third system is a mailing and marketing system. And I did touch on this in the direct mail episode and in the cold calling episode. But the sooner you can get these kind of marketing tasks off of your plate, you'll have so much more time to focus on the business than writing letters or printing out letters or whatever that looks like. The quicker you can get this automated and off of your plate, the better. And this allows you to track your marketing campaigns so much more from a higher level, so you're not like knee deep inside of it. You can actually look at the numbers from a different view when you're not just focused on inside the system. It's that old adage, working on your business rather in your business. If your goal is to scale, you can't do it all. So you might as well offload some of these activities to either people or to systems. But adding in list management systems has freed up so much of my time so that I can automatically scrub lists for dead leads. I can automatically take off sold properties. I can go ahead and I can stack lists really quickly. And I can go ahead and I can set up my next 10 mailing campaigns. I can set them all up at once so that I don't have to go in each month and figure it out. They're all set up for the rest of the year. I just have to go in and hit go. And like I talked about in the Driving for Dollars episode, I went ahead and I automated and systematized my Driving for Dollars processes as well. Instead of driving 40 hours, which is what it would have taken to drive my entire map, I went ahead and I created a system, a procedure manual, and got an app to go ahead, make it easier to hire somebody in so that they could get some quick training and be off to the races. So that cost me $600 to hire somebody for that 40 hours instead of me being out in my car 40 hours a week. I mean, that's a whole week of time. That's like, I could be doing other things for that week, working on the business, right? So that leads us to our action steps, action tips, action. And the first one is to start tracking your KPIs. Even if you've only done one mailing campaign, that's enough to start tracking who's calling, how many people are calling, what you spent, how much each one of those calls have cost you. And while it can be a little discouraging when you see that, maybe you haven't closed a deal yet or something, but the quicker and the sooner you know those numbers, the better. And the second one is to start adding in systems. It's time to evaluate your business, where the inefficiencies lie, where you can go ahead and systematize pieces and parts of your business, where you can get more streamlined, save more money, make more money, and replace something that is not working with either a robot or a human. Can't wait for the robots to take over. And the third is to use KPIs to set goals. These are very powerful goal setting tools so that you know each dollar that you're putting in at the top, how much that's going to translate when you get all the way to the closing table. So you got this. I believe in you, and you're gonna do great out there. So as promised, here is the discount code for 20% off at the BiggerPockets bookstore for the book, Finding and Funding Great Deals. I think I threw it somewhere. The next video in the Finding Great Deals series is no more videos. It's time to go take action. This is episode 10 out of 10, and thanks for joining me. Now, there is more coming from me on the BiggerPockets channel, so stay tuned for that. We'll just call it season 2, Finding Great Deals series. Thank you so much to each and every one of you who has watched this, who have left a comment, who have sent me an Instagram message, who have hit me up on BiggerPockets. I appreciate every one of you. So until next time, get out there, find deals, scale so that you can find even more deals. Go change the world. Go change your world. Go change something. All right, guys. See ya.